Oggy Navcha. Well, welcome to this week's edition of the V Notices. This is the place to be for what's on and what's happening this week at Aigburth Community Church. I know we're in a different venue. We are in the lower hall. That's because upstairs Oggy is painting and we are social distancing. Thanks to Sam, Oggy, Navcha, Grace and Anna so far this week who've been painting. In the V Notices this week, I've got a brief update on the lockdown and a couple of strange ways that you can help serve the church. So let's get on with this week's V Notices. Thanks to everyone for joining us this Sunday at the webinar. It was brilliant to have 14 guest screens with us. I'm not sure who they were or where they were from, but I was glad that they were there. And if you invited them, well done for inviting them. If you want to see the big sing, you can head over to our YouTube channel and you can see it there. This Sunday, we are back in our Zoom small groups. And this week, we have a guest preacher all the way from the US of A, Mike Jones. So look out for that. Also, this is hot off the press. Boris Johnson has just announced that churches are going to be able to meet together again after the 4th of July. Now, don't get too excited because there will still be restrictions. No singing, no chanting, no wind instruments, sorry Caitlin, no refreshments, sorry for cake lovers, no shared books, no shared paper, no closer than 2 meters apart unless you're wearing a mask, and as yet an unspecified limit on numbers, 30 for weddings. No holy kissing, no right hands of fellowship, no hugging, and no offerings. Anyway, a full update of guidance is due to be published in the next few days, and until then we're not going to be able to make any decisions on what we're going to be able to do, but we will keep you up to date. But needless to say, don't give up your fibre broadband just yet. Yes, you did read that right. Here are 2 weird but wonderful ways that you can serve your church family. If, when you're at the shops, you want to buy an extra bottle of hand sanitizer and donate that to the church, that would be brilliant. It seems that for some strange reason, bulk purchasing of hand sanitizer has become very expensive. And limits on personal purchases mean that it's going to be difficult for us to get enough for us to reopen the hall. So next time you're in the shops, put an extra one in your trolley, and when you're passing the church building, drop it in or push it through my door. The other thing is towels. This is because we're making some sound reflection boards to try and dull the echo in the hall, and we need towels to make those. So if you've got an old towel or 2, please let us have them. Again, you can drop them into the church hall, which is open most mornings except for Wednesdays, or you can drop them around to my house or to Sam's house. Okay, so older children love screens. Zoots and Impact are doing a brilliant job and they're on again this Friday. But if you're a parent with infant school children or even younger kids, it's really tough at the moment to get them to engage. Now, there are loads of resources to share out there. Michael Tinker does a great YouTube live thing for kids, which is worth checking out. I'll add a link to his Revelation rap in the description below, and no, I'm not going to try and do it. But could I ask you to do the thing that churches can uniquely do at this time for one another about this issue? Pray. That's right. Take a moment to pray for church members with children under 7. Ask that God might sustain them, help them to have the Bible open as a family. Ask that God would help them to be patient and persistent in teaching their children about the Lord Jesus. Please take a moment to do that. While we're on the theme of prayer, this Sunday evening is our church Zoom prayer meeting. We've hit the groove with these and we are giving a bit more time to 2 separate groups at times to pray. So one with a special guest and one for our own church family. This Sunday, we're going to be praying for a church in France that Paul and Alison Wells have put us in touch with. Thank you to them. Come along this Sunday evening and pray with us for that church and for our own church. Link is in the description below. Right, that's all for this week's V Notices. More next week. And who knows, the week after, perhaps we'll film them with a live audience. As long as nobody chants, nobody blows a woodwind instrument, nobody bursts into song, and nobody runs up and gives anybody a holy kiss. More V Notices next week.